about that, or you want to talk to anybody about how that works, then please, I'm sure the other representatives that are sat next to me on this table will be quite happy to talk to you about that, because they're well experienced on that issue. I'm obviously not, because I was, as I mentioned in my speech, senior officials in my party were not involved in the communist past. And secondly, I think it's a bit hypocritical of Mr. Putin to start calling the communists, goons and whatever it was, some silly little insult that he came up with about 30 seconds ago, when he was a KGB officer himself.
Well, I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that we should recognise.
So you were a goon then, Mr. Putin?
I'm certainly not one now, my friend.
Oh, right, you've changed.
Well, no, if you look at we should never be afraid of our Soviet past, our communist past. And the things that brought Russia, let me not have no ambiguity over the importance of our Soviet past and of communism in our past, but that is the past, and now is the future. We live in a different world now. And I'm afraid the Communist Party which sits now is not a shadow of the party which ran Russia very efficiently.
Would the local candidate like to come in on either free speech or the fact that other parties are perhaps disengaged with the Russian public?
Concerning the thing that was in the newspaper this morning, I think that you can't disregard what the newspapers are saying purely on the basis that they're from the UK, because they have interviewed Russian people, and it's obvious that Russian people are scared of voting against the United Russia. And I think the latest change in the electoral law is just trying to eradicate any party that is in opposition to United Russia. I mean, it seems as though we're going to have a situation where it's either you love the president or you love the president even more. So, yeah, basically.
Okay.
And also, just in response to this Western poison, which Mr. Putin has claimed, I'd just like to take a quote from this article that we're talking about. It says, "The elections are going to be falsified," said Mikhail Delegin. I guess from his surname that he's not British. And he's also an economist and director of Moscow's Institute on Globalization Problems. So whilst it doesn't state the exact place of his birth, I'm assuming he's Russian. The elections that took place in the Soviet Union were less falsified than this one.
Okay,
what's his response?
Maybe we could just take it. He's already commented on that particular accusation. But any other questions in the audience?
My question is for Levoko, and all of you actually. Chechnya, you said that you oppose the war. What do you plan to do? Which kind of 5-year aim?
Sorry, the question is on the candidate stances on the situation in Chechnya.
Basically, many people get this confused. We don't support the war in Chechnya, but that's not to say we're not against getting rid of terrorism. Basically, we supported the actions of law enforcement and security agencies but in combating terrorism, but we didn't agree with the way that Russia went into Chechnya and bombarded the capital in Grozny, for example, and put ground troops in Chechnya. We don't agree with that. We think they maybe should have done it in a more diplomatic way.
Mr. Putin?
About Chechnya, yeah, that is an issue, but also I think you'll find more of a local dispute now between Castro and other forces in Chechnya. But what I can say to my friend on my right here is that we must go about effective government. We must tackle this scourge in our regions who want to tear Russia apart, who very much associate themselves with people on my left and my right. And these people in Chechnya do not play by the rules. They do not play by liberal, democratic rules. They do not sit in parliament. They do not, do not write books. These are not liberal people we're dealing with. We have to fight fire with fire. And this is the difference between being in government and being in opposition. You have to fight on practical terms how your opposition fights. And we will continue to do that fight, although the strength of the Russian nation is shown in the fact that this poison, these people are being less and less every year. We must continue that fight, but we can only do it on the terms which they set, and we can only do it by their rules, because that is the nature of the beast.
Yeah, but you can't just say because...
Okay, just take it to the next candidate, please, and then we might come back to you.
Yeah, I mentioned in my speech that the country as a whole is suffering from Islamisation, and I think that it is tearing the country apart. And I was saying that what we needed was a united Russia, a united country that has one official language, and it is an Orthodox country. Mr. Putin said that the Chechnyans associate themselves with people on my left, and then signalled at me, and I kind of thought, well, how is that? Because I can't see how a Chechen would associate themselves with me. And so we supported the war in Chechnya, although I prefer to fight fire with water than fire.
And you're standing for election?
Well, my thoughts in Chechnya, this is a problem that has totally been created by post-communist governments. This was never a problem when back in the day when our system was in place. Although obviously I still don't claim that system was perfect. But as I said earlier, we stand for a united Russia. It does not matter to me whether you are an Orthodox Russian, whether you're a Jew, a Muslim,